Hi, I'm Jennifer Wagner with Collective Wellness, and this is Yoga Stretch Fusion. Today is standing only. Please make sure to exercise within your ability, and if you experience any difficulty, please make sure to stop and seek a physician right away. Let's get started. Grab a space, get a chair if you need one, and join me back here. Welcome back to Yoga Stretch Fusion. Today is the standing only. Please remember you're welcome to use a chair if you need to for balance or to sit in. We're going to get started with mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart. Toes are spread. Have your toes and heels lined up with each other. Open up the chest as your shoulders come down towards your back pockets. Eyes gently closed. We're gazing at the floor. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, letting everything go. Leave all your stress and all your worries at the door. This is your gift. Inhale, exhale. This is your gift for your mind, body, and spirit. Slowly open your eyes. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, pushing away. Again, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Hinge your hips. Bend your knees if you need to protect your back. And then inhale, reverse swan dive. Lift with your upper back. Again, exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive. One more time, exhale. This time curl yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Your chin is tucked. Slowly curling up. Inhale, reach. Chair pose, exhale, sitting down, hands in namaste. Make sure your hips are shifting back. Your knees are straight forward and they're behind your toes. All right, we're gonna do that again. Exhale into chair. And up. And down, exhale, chair. Again. And exhale. Coming down and hold into chair. From here, hands to your thighs, fingers in, your elbows Fingers in, elbows out. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to do cat-cow. So we're going to warm up our spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale into a cat pose. Tailbone under, chin is under. Then inhale into a cow stretch. Tailbone out, chin is up. Moving through the spine. One breath. One movement. From the tailbone to the top of your head, fluid movement back and forth. Feel your spine warming up. Make sure there's movement right through here. If there's not movement through there, that's where you're going to lose that flexibility and that warming up through the spine. All right, curl all the way up. Roll those shoulders up and back. We're going to beat the drum. Knees are soft. You're going to swing your arms side to side. And you're just going to start building up momentum. So you're using, everything is coming from the core. And the arms are just following. And then they start to just kind of swing and hit around the sides of your body because you're just letting those go. Because everything is, the power is coming from the core, from the center. Inhale. Exhale. And center. Bring those arms up and around. You're going to tuck your tailbone, elbows up and out. I want you to imagine you're holding a big beach ball. Feel that through the spine, through the rib cage.
Start to straighten your arms out as you start to curl down, but make sure you're still holding on to that big beach ball, elbows up and out still. Feel this to the spine, rib cage, and then as you get further down, you're going to feel this to the hips and hamstrings. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. At this point, let your arms just fall down. Let the shoulders and arms go. Your legs are still straight. Chin is still tucked. At this point, I want you to swing your arms side to side. Nice and loose. And then as you swing those arms, start to curl yourself up, pressing your spine to the sky. Just kind of nice and loose. Inhale, curling up, exhale.
Inhale, reach for the sky. Palms together, we're going to sway side to side. Kite. Lifting your rib cage up and over. Good. Feel that through the side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Knees are soft. Unlock those knees. Sway to your right. You're going to start to bend your knees as you start to pull your elbow down. Right elbow down, left elbow up. Then you start to curl around, drop your head and your hands, keeping your knees bent, back is rounded out. Then you're going to switch your elbows out. So now your right elbow is pushing up, left is down, right is up, and then back to the top. We're going to switch directions. Bend the knees, arch the back, drop your elbow, curve around, switch to the other side as now your left elbow is up, right is down. We'll do that one more time, or two more times actually. One more time each. Curve around, elbows up and out, pushing up to the sky. Last one. Good. To the top. Reaching as high as you can and then push those arms back. Relax the neck. Relax the hips, knees are soft. And then release. Inhale up. Chair pose again, sitting down. Make sure your hips are shifting back. Knees are behind the toes. And then knees and toes are lined up. I want you to stay in chair pose. And then your chest should be facing me. Pull your abdominals in. We're holding that chair pose. Feel the legs firing up. Feel your core firing up. Shoulders relaxed. Holding that pose. Inhale. And exhale. Stay right where you're at. You're going to lift one heel off the floor. I want you to try to keep yourself centered. So you are going to feel the other leg start to fire up a little bit more with the heel off, but still keep your torso centered. There you go. Okay, bring your heel down and then switch heels. Other heel up. And then after you get that heel up, shift, make sure you're centered. Inhale. Exhale. Anytime you need to come out of this pose and go back in, that's okay, but right now we're challenging those muscles, staying in that pose. Bring the heel down. You're going to inhale all the way up. Swan dive down. Hinge from the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. And then curl yourself up vertebra by vertebra. Pressing your spine to the sky. Inhale all the way up. We're going to go back into chair pose. Hips are back. Knees back. Core is pulled in, and then now we're going to try both heels if you can. This is where a chair might come into play, or just do one heel at a time again. Really pull in your core. Inhale and exhale. There you go, you got it. Hold it there. Woo. Heels coming down. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Swan dive down.
And curl yourself up vertebra by vertebra. And all the way up with the head.
All right, feet out wide. We're going to start by lunging side to side. Bending one knee, straightening the other. Feel that through as you push the hips back and to the side. Same concept as the chair. The knees should stay behind the toes. Anytime you put your knees over the toes, you start to put pressure on the knee joint, which we obviously don't want. So we're going to keep those knees back and be nice to them. Hold to your right. Right hip is pushing back and to the right just a little bit more. We're going to switch sides. Hold to your left. Shifting that hip back and to the left a little bit more. Feeling that through the inner thigh and groin. There you go. Go ahead and center. Make sure your toes are forward or just tiny bit out to the side. Legs staying straight as you slide down. And then you're going to let your head and your arms hang down. Chin is tucked. Head and arms hang down. Your hands are below your head. Keeping your legs nice and straight, you're going to shift your hips side to side. So it's just through the hip joint. Legs stay straight. Watch me first if you need to, because it's very common for people wanting to bend the knees. But I want you to keep them straight, and you're feeling like you're kind of popping your hip out. And this is really going to get into those hip rotators, sciatic, and also hit those hamstrings, because you have multiple hamstrings, and as you shift side to side, it's hitting different muscles, focusing at the same time, at different times. Go ahead and hold to one side. And switch. And center. Place your right hand on the floor or fist. Left arm is going to come up and out. You're going to do a spinal twist as you turn yourself to the left. Left shoulders up and back as much as you can. Looking to the left side or looking at the floor. Go ahead and lower down. We're going to switch. Open to the right. Keep your legs nice and straight with this. And down. We're going to switch one more time each. Open to the left. Looking to the left or looking at the floor. Left shoulder up and back. And then down. And then to the right. Opening up. And release. Go ahead and curl yourself up. You can bend those knees a little bit if you need to. Arms hanging down. Bring those legs in and shake it out. Good job. Bring your feet back out wide. We're going to go into some yoga poses here. Starting with Warrior 2. Right toes are going to turn straight out to the side. And then your left heel either straight forward with your toes, or if you want to go a little more challenging and go more traditional yoga, is that your left heel will be further point. You're going to bend at your right knee. Your hips and shoulders are stacked to start with. It's very common we start moving through the hips. Shoulders and hips start to get a little cockeyed. So I want you to make sure that they're lined up. And then I want you to open up your hips and your chest straight towards me. Then I want you to look down at your right knee, and it should be straight forward. You should be able to see your big toe. And then arms coming into parallel. Now, anytime that you are very familiar with yoga and you're doing my classes, and I say do Warrior 2, you're more than welcome just to jump into Warrior 2. But if you're new to it, listening to all those little details really gets you into that pose, so then you can go deeper into it and finding those muscles that you didn't know you had or you didn't know how to activate. Holding into Warrior 2, you can gaze beyond your fingertips, sinking through your tailbone a little bit more if you like. Inhale, exhale. Keep your core engaged, shoulders relaxed. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Reverse warrior, right palm facing up. You're going to hinge to the right, and then you're going to lift up to the sky, but keep that right knee bent, lifting up to the sky, and then your left hand slides down. Chest is lifted. Again, that chair, you can always have that chair nearby to hold on to for balance. Sinking through your tailbone. Lift the chest up before you start to slide back more, so we're not compressing through the spine and we're opening through the front. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, extended angle. So see if you can bend your right knee just a little bit more. Forearm comes to your thigh, and then you're going to open up your chest, left shoulder's up and back, and then you're going to lift up to the sky, extended angle. Again, if you already know these poses, you're more than welcome just to jump right into them. It gives you that chance to hold a little longer too. If you want to go further, you can lower your bottom hand inside, or you can stay right here. Third position, top arm comes up over your ear, reaching up and over. Feel that down the left side. Keep the chest open, shoulder back. You have your options. What works best for you, or what works best for you today. Inhale, coming up. And we're going to release. You're going to shake it out, which you're more than welcome to do at any time if you feel like you've been in one position for too long. We're going to switch directions, so feet back out wide. Left toes are turned out. Right toes either forward or angled. Hips and shoulders stacked. Warrior two is what we're going into. Bending at your left knee. Hips and chest are facing me. And then arms parallel. Shoulders relaxed. And gaze beyond your fingertips. Sinking through your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. Staying strong, proud warrior. Check the knee, make sure it stays straight off to the left. You should see your big toe on the inside of your knee. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior, left palm up. Keep your left knee in position, hinging forward and then lifting to the sky. Lift the chest up, gazing at your palm. Right hand slides down, but make sure you lift the chest up first before you start to slide. That way we're not compressing through the spine. Sinking through the tailbone still. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale into extended angle. So bend your knee a little bit more if you can. Forearm to your thigh. Right shoulder up and back. And then open up to the sky. Again, you can go at any phase that you already know. But if you still feel like you need that individual instruction with each phase, please follow along. Okay, if you'd like to go further, lower your bottom hand. And you might find, like, you can see how it's a little easier for me to do this on this side versus it on the opposite side. And everyone's a little different from side to side. And then if you want, take your right arm and reach up and over your ear. This is an option too. Just make sure that as we go into each phase, that shoulder, this top shoulder is staying open. I prefer you to keep that open first before you go into the next stage. Inhale and exhale. Coming up and shake it out. Next thing we're going to do is goddess, and we're going to involve some core work. So you're going to go back out wide with your feet. Toes are turned out. We're going to start with some plies, so tailbone under, and you're going to lower down and up. But I want you to make sure that your toes and knees are lined up. If your hips don't like to open up very much, then I want you to bring your toes in to meet with the knees versus forcing the other way. Down and up, feel those legs working. Let's do one more. Come down and hold. And then in Goddess, holding the world above. So arms are out, fingers spread. Imagine you're holding the world as Goddess does. Inhale, keep those knees open. So we're holding this pose, couple breaths, feeling your whole body firing up. Chest is open, shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, relax the hands. You're going to come out of the plie just for a little bit of a break, and then we're going to add the obliques, some core work here. So, at this point, you're going to bring your elbows out like football goals. We're going to plie. You're going to hinge, reach down, come back to center, hinge, reach down, and then you're going to come back up. Again, down, reach and hinge, so you activate the core, reach for the heel, center, reach, center, and back up. And now you can reach to the sky if you'd like. Pulling down and reach, crunch, center, reach, crunch, center, push to the sky, pulling down. Good. So we got a lot going on. Take it in phases. Push to the sky, pull the sky back down, and crunch. Remember, we're in Goddess. She can do anything she wants, about right, huh? Down, pull, squeeze, reach, center, squeeze, reach, push up. Last time, come on. Push and release. Shake it all out. Good job. A little bit of a spinal break. Feet are hip width apart. And you're just going to tuck your chin. Arms relaxed and then just slowly curl down. Shoulders released. Feel this through the spine, shoulders and neck. And at a certain point when you really get down there, you're going to feel this through the back of the legs and the hips. Everything is connected. Everything affects each other. When one muscle is shortened and pulling, it's going to pull on another group. Go ahead and just hang here. Chin is nice and tucked. Arms and shoulders relaxed. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and start to curl yourself up vertebra by vertebra, pressing your spine to the sky. Exhale. Take it slowly, especially if you get dizzy easily. Inhale and exhale. There you go. Some footwork here. We're going to start by just rocking forward and back. So your heel comes off the floor. This always reminds me of those little Stairmasters you can do in front of your TV. Your knees, make sure they go straight forward. This is an exercise that you'll really notice that if you tend to stand or walk with the knees and toes out, this is what you'll see happening naturally. So I want you to really focus on that forward motion. Toes and knees are lined up and you're training your muscles in that right direction. And then eventually it becomes second nature because those muscles have been developed and trained in the right way. And when that happens, less pain happens too, because everything is happier. Everything's lined up the way it should be. Okay, we're going to alternate with toes under and switch. Toes under, so it's like this, and switch. Chair is really good to have, or have your arms out for balance. I'm going to turn back to the front. You stay where you're at. Feel this through the tops of the feet and the toes. Just gently pressing and then switching it out. Inhale, exhale. Last one each. Okay, you're going to spread your left toes, plant your left foot into the floor. We're going to work the right foot to start with. So start with the toes spread, and I want you to push your heel and your knee straight forward. So we're feeling this to the bottom of the foot. You're going to press down, really resist against like the floor is pushing at you. So you feel the whole bottom of your foot, toes to heel working. You're going to come back up again, push forward, and then pressing down, work through those toes and the arch. Pushing forward again, and press. Good. This is something that we don't think about, that if we tend to have issues with hammer toes, if you're prone to arthritis or as you get older, or depending on the types of shoes you've been wearing, like for females we tend to wear shoes that are more narrowed at the front. We don't realize that that's going to cause those issues down the road, and we don't think about working the muscles underneath the toes to help strengthen them and flatten what a hammer toe tends to create, that curled up. And then when we stretch the other side, that will help also correct the top side of the foot, because those muscles on the top side of the toes get really tight, and then they lift the toes and create that hammer. One more. Pressing down and hold. We're going to switch feet. So now your left, pushing forward, pressing down. Work those toes and the arch. Forward and press. Doing good. Again. There you go. Resist pushing against each other. Again. Let's do one more time. And release. Switching feet, toes curled under. We're going to circle it out. So we're just kind of loosening up the tops of the feet and the toes. Inhale, nice and tall, shoulders back. Use that chair if you need to. Circle the other way. If you're prone to cramps, it might fire up, but just take your foot up and then give it a second and then go back down. But the more and more you do this, the less that should be happening. Okay, you're going to push, so toes are curled under, pushing your top of your foot, so your heel and your knee are pushing forward, and you're going to feel that stretch run to the top of the toes, into the top of the foot, and you might even feel this in your shin if you tend to be a runner or walk a lot, and those shins get a lot of work from that, so you might even feel this in your shins too. Shake it out, switch feet, plant your right foot down, left toes under and circle it out, nice and tall, center yourself. You want to avoid shifting into that right hip as much. Inhale, exhale. Switch directions. There you go. Keep it up. Okay, straight forward with the foot, pushing the heel and the knee forward. Feel that through the tops of the toes, top of the foot, and maybe even into your shins. Nice and tall. Inhale, pushing forward. Feel that stretch. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Shake it out. Good job. Okay. We're going to work through the neck and the shoulders now. Arms down by your side. Now let's just slide the hands down as far as you can. Shoulders toward your back pockets. Knees are soft. We're going to rock side to side. Now if you notice, I never actually roll the neck around. It's very hard on our necks. And generally when people do a whole neck roll, they don't realize it, that they actually just let their head rock back, which can be very hard on the neck itself. And if you have any arthritis or issues in your neck, it's even more important to stay away from that. But you can still go through the similar motions to get the same effect without compressing on your spine. Okay, we're going to center and then turn side to side. Make sure those hands are down. Pushing side to side as far as you can go. Inhale. Exhale. To the front. Bring your right ear down to your left shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. And then you're going to let your left shoulder drop. If you'd like, you can take your right hand and gently press down, but make sure it's just a gentle press as the left shoulder drops. You're going to feel that open up through the neck. Another thing you can do is take your left ear and press it up to the sky. Keeping the right ear down, you're going to drop your chin just a tiny bit. Push your chin down a little bit. You're going to feel that right behind the band, right behind the left ear. Same thing, but now we're going to push the chin up. Feel that in front of the left ear. Center. Switch sides. Lower your ear to the left. Left ear down. Right shoulder dropping down. You can grab a hold of your head gently if you'd like. Right ear lifts up. Feel that down the right side. Inhale. Exhale. You can drop your chin a little bit from here, so you're pushing your chin down. Feel that behind the right ear. And then push your ear. Oh, this is your chin, not your ear. Up towards the sky. Feel that right in front of the right ear. And release. Now you turn to the right with your head. Shoulders stay square. I want you to look behind you with your eyes. So use the muscles around those eyes. You don't realize how much the eyes themselves, the muscles can get strained, especially when you're on a computer all day. Switch sides and then look behind you using just your eyes, not your body. Shoulders relax. Come to the front. Push your chin straight back and then push your chin down. Feel that in the back of the neck, down your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Feel your rib cage expand as you feel that stretch move through your rib cage and spine. And exhale. And release. Push your chin out and then up. Feel that to the front. But if you notice, I'm not just letting my head drop back. I'm pushing up and out to stretch to the front. Release. Deep breath in. Reach for the sky as high as you can go. And exhale. Opening up into mountain pose. Just kind of regroup. Eyes gently closed or gazing at the floor. Just kind of regroup ourselves. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale. Again, inhale as high as you can go and exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you'd like to get notifications for next class, just click on the subscription there. It's free, just a little picture there, and you'll get notifications for the next class. Thank you, and I hope to see you back again.